It was good?
Yeah.
Are you happy for him?
Yeah.
Patrick, what are your emotions like right now?
I'm just kind of relieved to get it over with, to be honest with you. But it's still a really cool feeling. Obviously, coming into tonight at 498 and scoring one in the first, and usually, like I said to Danielle, I don't usually play when the net's empty. So it was nice to get that opportunity when I came on the ice, just to kind of hear the crowd erupt a little bit there. It was pretty cool, and then obviously getting the puck right away and having a chance to put it in the net for 500 was a great feeling, and nice to do it at home.
Actually, what's the difference between getting your 500 and when you get your first? I mean, in terms of the emotion.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first, like who assisted and that sort of thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Patrick Sharp on a 2-on-1. Put it under the guy's stick against Colorado, and I shot it over Jose Theodore's glove. So always remember that one for sure. And I think 500 is kind of a number that's recognized with goal scoring, right? So to do it as a Red Wing and be the 50th person to do that in the NHL is pretty special.
Patrick, between the goal itself, the teammates coming off the bench, and then obviously I think I saw you look up at the jumbotron a little bit toward the end. Was there a part of that whole thing where it really hit you? What had just happened?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess you're kind of in the moment, but I think honestly, coming into the locker room and seeing the guys with the shirts on and just going around and kind of thanking everyone, and then listening to Lark's speech. He's such a classy person, and kind of what he said had me feeling all the emotions. So it was just kind of great to hear that, and something I'll never forget.
What was the general message of his speech?
It was just kind of, to be honest, more like about me personally. So just kind of listening to what he had to say, and it's listen, this organization kind of taking a chance on me a few years ago, and coming back from surgery that not many guys have come back from, and just being around here, seeing the group kind of build itself up and get better and better in the position we're in as a team, makes it all that much more special.
Does that make it a little bit more special just after the surgery and everything? I mean, were there some doubts and stuff?
I think I was in a spot where I didn't know if I was going to play again. Obviously I had a lot of desire and determination to do everything right that I could and come back and feel good. So kind of, I'm in a spot where I feel really good physically, and just trying to get better with my all-around game and the way I'm playing right now. I still feel like there's another level, but hopefully this will take a little pressure off and kind of start playing the way I know I can.
Playing for the Blackhawks for so long, is it easy to come here and be fully embraced by this fan base and become one of the fan favorites of this sort?
Yeah, it's incredible. The way they've welcomed me with open arms is something I'll never forget. I guess you really never know how it's gonna be coming from Chicago too, right? Obviously, storied rivalry between the Red Wings and Blackhawks, and for just the welcoming from the fans, from the organization, from the team, from everyone within the organization has been incredible.
To have your son here and old enough to appreciate it, what
Yeah.
does that add to the moment?
I think he was getting a little mad at me that it was taking so long, weren't you? that I was taking so long to score 500.
I was mad at
You weren't mad at me? You just kept telling me to do it.
Yeah.
That was a message before every game. Go get your 500. So now you can't say that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you already have 500.
Yeah.
Maybe on next game, I could tell you if you have 600.
600. Oh boy. I might have to play a long time for that.
Yeah. Don't get retired until 75.
Doesn't want me to
Maybe you
retire
can
till
score
75.
600 goals.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
Better start working on your skating.
Yeah. I did this. You know what?
What?
I didn't really practice scoring. I got my bear from Santa Claus. I pretend it's my goalie, and I got to score on him.
And you do score on him, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Go around them and just stuff it in the net.
Did you have any thoughts about the empty net? I mean, I assume with that much time left, you were going to be out there. But.
Yeah, I mean, obviously 2-goal game with, 4 or 5 minutes left, and Rass, I mean, how unselfish was that to change that quick and give me a chance at it, and Todd as well. I mean, to put me in that position, I mean, that's really just thoughtful. I mean, obviously I don't usually play with the net empty, so when I heard our line was going, I figured I better take advantage of the chance, and when you come on the ice and just kind of hear the crowd and the excitement, it was pretty fitting.
Did you have other family in
No,
tonight or
no, I don't know what's up with my dad. He's, sometimes he'll just show up at games, and other times he doesn't. But they like watching on TV. They like kind of doing their thing at home right now. So I'm sure we'll talk to him tonight.
Have you looked at your phone yet, or?
I haven't. Kind of been busy with everything else, so just enjoying it.
Thanks, Patrick.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you. Alex, you've been with Patrick for a lot of his career milestones. What's it been like to have a front row seat and then for 500 here tonight?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I think you can't describe it really. I think the stuff he does on the ice is, pretty special, and being part of it's awesome. Another milestone tonight, and hopefully another one soon. So, he's just a guy that brings everyone into the fight, and plays hard, has great work ethic, and definitely deserves it all.
When you saw the empty net, were you thinking just fine? I mean, I think it was Andrew who ended up sending it to him, but it's get it to him kind of first priority, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it wasn't said, but we all knew what we were doing. I think try to get the puck to him, and Copper made a great play there. So glad he was able to put it in.
You
Near the
reflected.
crowd, just when he came on the ice, I think about 4 minutes to go, the crowd cheered. You could kind of sense their anticipation that he would get it tonight.
Yeah, they were great all day today, and obviously it's a special moment in history. So, everyone here to witness that, it's special to be a part of, and we couldn't be happier for him and his family, and it's just definitely a fun thing to be a part of, and something I think everyone in this room will remember, and remember being a part of that special moment.
You reflected a little on just going back to his days with Chicago. What makes him such a special player?
So much. I think obviously his skill is the easy thing, but I think his work ethic is above most people, and his competitiveness. I think he's a guy that when I got to Chicago, he had won individual awards, basically everything he can win. So, and he's still a guy that stays out, 30 minutes, 40 minutes after practice working on things, and he really has that drive to be the best. So that's why, he's been doing it for so long, and that's why he is the best. I think, just doing that every day and working on his skill and, all those things. So, it's hard to put into words what he's taught me, and throughout the years, all the things I've learned from him, and just definitely cool to be a part of it, and get to this moment.
When he was looking for work after the surgery and such, did you just think this would be a really great fit for him and reach out?
I was talking to him quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think, all the boys wanted him here. I think he saw what our group had, obviously. It's been a couple of years since then, and we've just grown and gotten better. And but he's a very valuable asset to this team, and does different things that, maybe not everyone even sees. So he's always working hard out there and creating plays, and makes it easy for his line mates for sure.
You got a pretty good vantage point for a good number of the 500. Do you have a favorite Kane goals?
Oh, I don't know. I think there's a lot. There's been so many that have just really stood out. I think maybe one of my favorites was in Carolina, little spinorama backhand I think that was one of the ones that your jaw just drops. I'm sure there's other that I'm forgetting right now, but that was one of the cool ones.
Yeah, that's when you got to Chicago and Patrick and all. I mean, when you first met him, are you like, whoa, this is Patrick Kane or something? I mean, was there any funny stories there or something?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you watch him growing up, and he's an American icon. He's the best to ever do it, and going there and you just try to soak up as much as you can from those guys. And there were a lot of those guys on the team at that time, but Kaner was definitely a guy I gravitated to and tried to learn from. And I remember my first training camp when I wasn't on the team. He came back from the World Cup, I think, and our first practice together, we're in line together, and he goes, "Oh, you scored 50 in the OHL last year, like that's sick, like congrats." And he's like, "I had 46 in the NHL," so he's like shoving in my face a little bit. I'm like, "That's awesome," but it was definitely a cool moment for me to be able to be a part of that, and even just talking to him in my first camp was cool. So it's crazy to the point we've come, and he's still always jabbing me like that. So it's a cool relationship we have.
He told us a little bit about Dylan's speech in here afterward. What can you share, if anything, about what Dylan said? It seemed like it meant a lot to Patrick.
For sure. I think, he just reiterated how much of a, leader he is on this team. Such a great teammate, and, he's really helped us all out, through different parts and making the team better. So I think those were, just a couple of the things, but, it's just a special moment to be a part of for all of us. We got some young guys that get to witness this, and then, guys who have been around forever that maybe have never witnessed this. So it's pretty cool.
How cool is it that all of Patrick's accomplishments have come with the original 6 teams, and then obviously as a longtime teammates, the bulk of your accomplishments have been with the original 6 teams? Yeah, it's cool. I think it's definitely special to be a part of original 6 teams, and I mean he's been on 3, and when you get those milestones, you just are joined in with a special group of people, and you look up there, how many guys have scored their 500th in a Red Wings uniform, and the list of names is pretty cool. So for him to be added to that list is, I feel like I'm using the word cool a lot, but it's such a cool thing, and it doesn't happen every day, and I think we take a lot for granted in this life we live and playing in the NHL, and these are moments you can take back and really know you're going to remember for the rest of your life.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Alex.
Alex. Todd, Patrick said a couple of times tonight that he's usually not on the ice when the opposing net is empty. Just what was the communication or the thought process for you to send him out there in that moment?
Well, he is on the ice sometimes, just not all the time. It was an easy decision for us. I thought Copper's line had played a really good game tonight. They were involved all over. Their responsibility level was high defensively. Felt good about putting him on the ice. Probably would have put him on the ice regardless of 499 to 500. He had that kind of night.
And just the way that the team has embraced this experience and getting to watch Patrick Kane reach this career milestone, what does it mean to a group like yours? Well, you can look at individuals that have been in the league for a long, long time. Me being one of them, what a special opportunity it is to be part of that. And then if you're just entering the league and you have that to look at as an example, it's pretty special as well. And then everything else in between. And it was an emotional night for our group, a good thing for our group. And to win the game too was just, you enjoy it a little bit more.
Todd, what has stood out to you about how Patrick carries himself off the ice?
I've said this before, his passion for the game is evident every day he comes to the rink. Like he's never down, he's never bitching, he's never whining, he just wants to play hockey. And you see it in his practice habits. with that many games and that many miles and obviously surgeries and stuff like that, you sometimes you want to cut him a little slack, but he doesn't cut himself slack. So he's an easy guy to coach, and he makes it at that level of player. With that many years and that type of resume, he could make it hard on people, whether it's line mates, coaches, organizations, and none of that ever appears. So his professionalism is through the roof.
He seems like a major hockey historian too, and someone that really appreciates the weight of a number. Like, how much of a sense did you get for that?
Are you talking about Little Patrick or Big Patrick? Because Little
Both.
Patrick just came in and rattled off a bunch of his favorite defensemen, and none of them were Red Wings. A lot of them were from the past. So he's you could tell there's a lot of hockey talk at home, and obviously Dad leads that. But they probably a month ago, maybe we talked about how these iconic players have a photographic memory. They can describe a moment. I think I was talking about Wayne Gretzky and his ability to tell stories, and then you go back and watch the goal actually happen, and he can tell you who was on the ice, where they were, everything about it in detail. And I think Kane is one of those as well.
Well, Little Patrick said that he's ready for his dad to score 600 now.
Yes, I hope he does it this year or in the next couple, because I'd like to be a part of it.
But a few minutes after that, Alex DeBrincat talked about just how special it is to have played the bulk of his career with original six teams. And obviously, Patrick has played for only original six teams. Yeah. For you personally, you've obviously won the Stanley Cup here, and now you're coaching once again for a historic original six organization. What does that mean personally to you, and do you take pride in that in the same way that they do?
You know what, my first time through, I don't even know if I appreciated it. It was just, I get to be in the NHL and would have gone anywhere to have an opportunity. But when you sit back and you think about it, and the people that I was fortunate enough to be around, being on an original six team is well, it's a privilege. To be in the league is a privilege, but now to be on an original six team and walk through the locker room and the arena and the history in it, it's incredible. We're 100 years old. Now Kane is part of that history. His picture is going to go up somewhere in the rink, and generations of Wings fans are going to come and say, I heard about that guy, and go look the goal up on the computer or whatever we're using in the future, and they'll see it.
Todd, I think you were an assistant here when he broke into the league with Chicago back in the day, and then last year when you got here, it seemed like that's when his game really took off last season. Just what does it mean to be coaching him after all these years and seeing him play at such a high level and be such an important part of the team?
I've been fortunate to be with a lot of, you're around that many years. You've coached some pretty significant people that are in the Hall of Fame, and you have relationships, and I treasure all of them. This one's special right now because it's in the moment. We played against those Chicago teams in our good years in San Jose, and the battles that we had with them. The first year they won, they beat us in the semifinals, Western Conference Finals, and we thought we had solutions for him and Taves and Seabrook and Keith and Hossa and all those players, but they were that good, and they proved it 3 times over. And now to come and have an opportunity to spend some time with them, I don't leave the arena many days not thanking my own blessings, but coaching staff as a whole.
The game itself, his first
we
goal.
did play a game.
Did that get the game? Did that get you guys going a little bit? His first goal there at the end of the first period.
Well, we didn't have a start that we wanted again. We're 15 seconds into the game, and we're shorthanded. The ref got in the way of the puck, and it's not the way you want to be coming out of the gate. But the penalty kill was okay. We waded into the game, and then the 5-on-3 goal was important for us. Kind of broke the ice, and for Kane to get it, great. We all knew where he was at and what was on the line. and then from there it was, chip away, get some good saves, kill some penalties, eat the clock up a little bit when you have to, and find a way to win.
Going back a bit, what do you think Kane's biggest impact has been on this group of young forwards with the Red Wings this season?
Well, it's not just this season. It's been 3 years now, I guess. And you don't have to win, lose. You just have to walk into the locker room when he has an impact. His presence, his ability and want and desire to talk about hockey and history, as you mentioned, and there's always the NHL Network's on, and there's goals, and he's talking to teammates about this and that, and hands and passes, and he has a never-ending interest in the game, and that is maybe the most important thing that rubs off on everybody. Yeah, the working out, the training, the injury management, the goals, the shot, all that type of stuff's important, but the never-ending interest in the game is contagious. It rubs off on other guys.
So who's little Patrick's favorite?
Oh, he played for the Blackhawks. I'll let you guess from there. It was Keith or Seabrook. I think it was the second one he said. But he did bring up the first one, too.